When impeaching Rigathi Gachagua, we thought he would fade within 2-3 months later. But Rigathi Gachagua has turned out to be an extremely very toxic character.
Yes, the unwanted stone was needed out. Gashagua was the unwanted stone in William Ruto's government. And of course, he had to do away with him. He had to pay people, he had to pay the member of parliaments to impeach him. And he actually humiliated him. And Gashagua tried to apologize publicly, telling him that Ruto should forgive him and he would change. But Ruto was adamant, and Ruto said, "Wewe lazima nikufukuze. I don't need you in my government." And Kenyans did know a lot. What Kenyans were told is that Gashagua was unruly. It was corrupt. That's the propaganda the government used to actually impeach Gashagua. But now, what is now turning out is that Gashagua is the only obstacle between William Ruto and his re-election. And why am I saying so? As we're talking, member of parliaments do regret.
Sasa umefika pahali unatuma ile mtu yako ya standard 3 anatukana sisi, anatukana jamii yetu akisema sisi ni roho chafu. Alikuwa pale akasema Uhuru Kenyatta ni roho chafu, akasema Rigathi Gachagua ni roho chafu, akasema Martha Karua ni roho chafu, akasema Justin Muturi ni roho chafu. Wewe Githinji ujue sisi sio roho chafu, wewe ndio umechafua roho zetu. Na ndio utajua roho zetu zimechafuka mwezi ya 8 2027. Utajua roho zetu zimechafuka. Mimi huzuni yangu ni wale ambaye
they said that how we knew that we will impeach Gashagua, replace him with Kithure Kindiki, and Gashagua would fade away. Why do you think so? Because truth be told, before Gashagua was picked by Ruto to be his running mate, Gashagua was not that known, yes, as compared to other powerful politicians in Kenya. And that is the ego that actually gave to this ego of, impeaching him. Because he knew that this person, I'm the one who made him the deputy president. So I can as well do away with him. But again, the way Gashagua maneuvered, the wind, and emerged the kingpin of Mount Kenya, and said that, and came up with the phrase of one term that now is being sung across the nation. William Ruto still does not believe what's happening to him. And to add salt to injury, Uhuru Kenyatta is saying this.
Secretary General nigukwira kuri nie maundu macio ma hindi ciothe guthoma mutandao andu ni ndiui na aroiga arugamirire Jubilee mararuma Gachagua na kuu araruma uria ungi ni ndikwenda maundu macio ma gikodi o mutongoria ni aheo gitio giake ari uria arenda nawe urugame nawe warie ciaku tondu andu no nginya macokanirire makoro me kindu kimwe ni ndikwenda na uria ni ngaigua ni athie na maundu ma kurumana muira riu akahinda gaka anyitirire muira heane kuri aria angi mathie na mbere ni uria nguona agika mitugo eyo ni ndiko hesitate kuga inje out teenager.
Yes, Uhuru is saying that no Jubilee member should be allowed to insult Gashagua. In fact, he even warned Kioni that don't insult Gashagua. When you insult Gashagua, I will have to chase you from this party. Now, this message is clear indication that Uhuru recognizes Gashagua as the kingpin of Mount Kenya. Yes, and Uhuru knows the kind of power Gashagua has as per now. Right now, if you talk about politicians who are so powerful, who are so influential, and if you're a fair observer, you will say that Gashagua is either number one or number two. because the man is influential. Just imagine, let me take you back to what happened when he was actually coming from America. The country stood still. Gashagua was returning. This man is powerful. And this man is making Ruto the great, impeaching him. Now, why am I saying all this? Uhuru Kenyatta has Matiangi as the flag bearer of Jubilee. And remember, Matiangi is in the position. So it is believed that Uhuru Kenyatta wants to merge Jubilee with Wiper, with DCP. Yes, and of course they are going to come up with one candidate.
Si niko hapo, si Kalonzo wako hapo, si Eugene ako hapo, si Martha Karua wako hapo, si Matiangi yako hapo. Sisi tutaketi. Si mimi niko? Si niko? Si munanijua? Si mtu ananielewa vizuri? Sisi hatuwezi kosana. Sisi tutaketi tutoe mtu mo? Kama ni mimi nitatolewa. Si mtu nitapeleka kama baisikeli ya kuibiwa. So, na tunasema we'll agree. Kama ni mimi au wengine wote wataniunga mkono. Ikisemekana si mimi ni Kalonzo, sisi yote tutamunga mkono. Ikisemekana si mimi si Kalonzo ni Wamalwa, sisi yote tutamunga mkono. Isiposemekana ikiwa sisi yote ni Martha Karua, sisi yote tutamunga mkono. Ikisemekana sisi sote ni Matiangi, sisi tutamunga mkono. Bora tutoe one. Hapo mko tayari? Mtu mmoja peke yake
that will face William Ruto. And should that happen, Ruto's reign will be over because I don't see him defeating this force. The only, help Ruto had was Agwambo. And God forbid Agwambo is not there. And of course we are sad. But now that left Ruto a political orphan who will help him. Because one thing for sure is that there is no way ODM supporters will support Ruto without Raila. Raila was the only commanding voice. Even Odinga is not commanding voice. It's just, the leader because he's the brother of Raila Odinga. But the only force, the only sound, voice that could, say that I want you guys to support William Ruto. And people would not hesitate was Raila Odinga. But he died a sad death, painful because it's painful to Kenyans. But that left Ruto a political offer. And Ruto has tried to take over ODM, but of course, having people like Atandi, Gladys Wanga to actually speak for him. But Wanga started talking. Wanga is no longer a member of ODM. Of course, she's no longer a member of ODM. Of course, she's a member, of course, of whatever, but she's not that member. She's not a respected member because even Uhuru Endorsed told her off not to divide the party. Yes, they were even told to stop celebrating, to stop being excited about 2027, about supporting Ruto. Baba never said that ODM will support Ruto. Baba only said that ODM was giving Ruto experts to run its government. So Wanga still talking is a non-issue in ODM. Yes, that's how it is. And in fact, Ratna Sifuna is the person who's carrying the voice in ODM. Now, all these factors will make Ruto vulnerable. And William Ruto will have to work very hard if at all he wants to win these elections. Or maybe he's trying to do, or maybe he wants to do it the Samia Suluhu way. Remember what happened in Tanzania, whereby a president atakwi, ana votes lakini, ana win na 98%. That cannot happen in Kenya. Kenya tuko mbele sana. I don't think that can happen in Kenya. Cannot happen. 98%. And you jail your opponents. In the first place, in Kenya, you cannot jail your opponent. Try that and see how it will be. It's not easy. Now, that is not the situation. And Uhuru has joined the fight to make Ruto a one-term president. So as Ruto right now seems to be, bragging that he's coming up with this Noto fund to help the youth. Like for example, today was in Kakamega, he was telling youth how he's going to, empower them, whatever, how he's going. Of course, this is a campaign tactic. It is a way of trying to, not bribing actually. He's trying to appeal to the youth that he is a good president who should be supported by Gen Zs. But that, I think the damage is done. Yes, the moment the Gen Zs were abducted under his regime, that changed the story. I think he needs to come up with a powerful campaign tool. Not a fund and whatever, I don't think it won't work for him. Now, the country is shocked. How did Uhuru Kenyatta fight for Gashagua? And you see, I'll take you back in 2022. I know a lot of you know what I'm going to say. In 2022, if there's someone who really made Ruto the president, is Gashagua. Why? Gashagua really insulted Uhuru in Mount Kenya. And Gashagua won sympathy for Ruto. And there's even a clip where he said, alitoa Uhuru kwa bar. Imagine someone telling you that, kama sie ungekuwa president, amekutoka kwa bar akakuosha, akakuweka kwa state house. You see now, but it's so painful that after all that, Gachagua had to be impeached after some 2 years. It is so painful. I'm sure that's why that is the force that is driving Gachagua to revenge. And I think Gashagua's main mission is to make Ruto a one-term. Actually, Gachagua, if you are very careful, you will realize that Gachagua is not after becoming the president, but is after making Ruto a one-term president. Should Gashagua be the flag bearer? What do you think will happen? Yes? I mean, you need to hit me in the comment section. What do you think will happen if Gashagua becomes the flag bearer? Of course, there's this propaganda the government is trying to, to play here. That Gashagua Mukabila, whatever. So they'll come up with that. But that won't work a lot. Yes? Because the people of Kenya know that all politicians know Kabila. In fact, right now in the government, it is said that the people who are, who are there are from one community. So, but should Kalonzo Musyoka be the flag bearer? I think Ruto will resign even before the elections, because Kalonzo Musyoka, commands ODM support. And should Gachagua be the deputy president, the running mate to Kalonzo Musyoka, of which to me I think that's what I would go for. Kalonzo to be the the flag bearer, and Gachagua to be the running mate. I'm telling you guys, it won't be easy for Ruto, because Kalonzo will get votes from even ODM, even Nyanza in Coast, and Kalonzo will get votes from Mount Kenya and from the Cumberland. Okay, because that's how politics works, and this is going to be a huge blow to Ruto, because Ruto won't be able to defeat that force. So, and that's why you see, Kalonzo's team has been fighting a lot to actually have Ruto's team, like Farouk Kibet and Kindiki, they have been fighting, demanding that Kalonzo Musyoka should go join the government and be given a CS post, probably. And Kalonzo knows that he can't do that, because this is the only chance he has to be the president. This is the only chance he has. Yes, this is the only chance to defeat Ruto. So he cannot be bought that easily. Now, tell me what you think. Do you think this bombshell from Uhuru Kenyatta is a clear indication that Ruto Gachagua is actually the kingpin of Mount Kenya? Do you think so? Of course, tell me what you think. Comment there. Comment. Sorry, and subscribe. And so that we I keep you posted, so that we update you and tell you how this matter is turning out to be. Thank you guys. Subscribe. If you love politics, then Dr. Politica is your cup of tea. The place for minds that think. If you are watching this from anywhere else, search the name, hit subscribe, and stay sharp with us. thank you for making Dota Politica your home for fearless political truth. Every view, every like, every share fuels the fire behind the hours of research, filming, and editing we pour into each episode. By showing up consistently, you don't just support a channel, you empower a voice. In a world ruled by headlines, spin, and power games, you remind us that real people still care about real facts. We are here to inform, inspire, and ignite critical thinking, not just for today, but for generations to come. You are not just a viewer, you are the reason this platform exists.